Hello, booktube, and I is back, and I is boiling. It is currently a heat wave in the UK right now. I mean, it's not as bad as Southern Europe where the majority of it is on fire, but it's hot up here at the moment. And again, I'm not trying to be cool by wearing sunglasses indoors. I'm looking out on the window and the sun is shining in on me. And this room, it's a little box room, and you'll probably see I am sweating. It is boiling in here. I feel like I'm one of the gremlins, when they see sunlight, I am melting. And the poor dog, it's not weather for him at all. My dog doesn't care about any weather except if it's hot. He just can't handle it. He's downstairs at the moment on a cold mat, and he hasn't got off for like 6 or 7 hours. So anyway, I am gonna continue uh, doing a bookshelf tour. Still on my non-fiction. I said to you on my previous video or the one before that it's going to be pretty much me sporadically uploading videos because work right now is ultra busy. So I'm just going to crack on and just do another 10 books. So why not, hey? Uh, and like myself, I think I remember where I left off from last time. I think, possibly I could be wrong, but the Genghis Khan was the last one from the previous book. And whoo, what a banger of a book this is. I believe it's Christopher Clark. This is the Iron Kingdom, the rise and downfall of Prussia. So I think this is 60. Yes, there you go. It's from 1600 to 1947. This is a great work of European history. He really does delve deep into Prussian history, Prussian international relations, because in the early days Prussia used to play off larger countries against himself, and then they eventually became more militaristic, like under the likes of Frederick the Great and all that. And eventually they ended up being called the Iron Kingdom, and all that probably culminated into when Germany finally became a state and Prussia was within Germany. That they were very warlike and very prideful part of Germany, and that could have not helped things in the future when it comes to two world wars. And eventually, Germany lost the majority of Prussia, and it became Poland and I believe one of the Estonia, Latvia, or Lithuania, either all them or some of them. But this is a great work of European history, immensely readable. I mean, it's small font, as you can see, but I flew through this book because I do love me some European history, and this is it's catnip to me. Oh, another banger! Who's this? This is Taylor Downing. This is The World on the Brink, 1983. This is when the Reagan administration and who was the Russian premier? Brain fart. Well, the Soviet Union started to become more at odds with each other again and very mistrustful. And this whole premise is when Able Archer, I believe, the NATO was doing this military training, and it was called Able Archer, how they would react to a Soviet invasion. And they didn't tell the Soviets. And this is whole, how the world could have been put into a catastrophic state because of the paranoia of the Soviets against NATO. They didn't trust a word that was coming out of it, and how the West nearly fumbled it by not getting across enough that we're just practicing in case you invade us. So in 1983, the whole northern hemisphere could have been absolutely obliterated due to a training exercise called Able Archer. This book is immensely readable. It's only, I say, that must be about 300 pages. Let's have a look at the font. Yeah, font's usually the book size, not as bad as the Iron Kingdom. This is, if you like spy, Cold War stuff, you're gonna love this book. It's really, really well done. Really good written. That's bad English, isn't it? It's good written. Oh, a bookshelf tour would never be complete if there wasn't a Bill Bryson, right? This is made in America. This is one of my favourite Bill Brysons. An informal history of America. So most Bill Brysons are the travelogues, basically, aren't they? But this is looking at how America became America. How it's slang termed, all the slang, where did that originate from? Why did Hollywood was called Hollywood? It's, how Americana was born is this book, and it's that typical Bill Bryson flair. It's really, really well done. This is easily in my top 5 Bill Brysons made in America. I also what's the other American one that was more of a travelogue? Is it Notes? No, that's the British one. The Lost Continent or something like that, where he travels through small towns in the US. That's also in my top 5, but this is also really good as well. So that's another bit. I'm gonna have to de-steam my glasses and my eyes. I can't see it because my sunglasses are steamed up completely. That's better. See, bloody, I'm wearing my cult top because it's the thinnest thing I've got, and I'm still absolutely sweating. Anyway, next one. Oh, there you go. The Uninhabitable Earth. It should be called The Uninhabitable Room. This is a book about climate change. This is David Wallace. Yeah, David Wallace Wells. So this is looking, increasing deserts, hunger, famine, the reduction of the Arctic ice or Antarctic ice, Greenland ice sheet as well. This everything you imagine a climate change book will deliver, and he does a really good job in this. It's only a wee for a thin book. It's a really well done book, and if you're into your climate change, start here. This is very much a beginner on climate change book, and he delivers it so well, and he talks about all the highlights of what climate change is doing to the planet and how we're reacting as a society to it. So you're talking about politics and all that, but it's a great little read. You should read up. It's a good little book. So that's 4. They've got a bangers here. This is another Cold War one. This is 1 Minute to Midnight. This is Michael Dobbs. I love Cold War stories. This is about the Cuban Missile Crisis. So 1962 or 63? 1962, yeah. It's called Black Sunday. This is when I went out to suffer. There's literally like rain in the inside of my glasses. I can't see anything, and I'm gonna have to squint at. So this is the Cuban Missile Crisis. But Michael Dobbs interviews former veterans, politicians that have never been interviewed before. This is a great little read. This, if again, not what's the other book? The World on the Brink. This is probably more readable than that. This is a great little book. If you're interested in how the back channels between Kennedy and Khrushchev was going on, and it was going through the Pope too, pick up this book. This is a fantastic little read of how both the Soviets and the Americans managed to get out of the Third World War. Yeah, so pick this up, especially if you love your Cold War. You need to pick that one up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one. Oh, right, okay. I've not read this for some time. So this is the true story, No Way Out. This is by Major Adam Jowett. I hope I'm saying his name right. This is a look of how the Paras and the Royal Irish, I think, and how they was under siege in Iraq, and how they fought and survived. Not all survived, I don't think. How they fought out of the siege that was happening at the time. I've read a lot of these like almost memoir kind of books of soldiers when they served in any tour that, you know, Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, World Wars. I've read quite a lot of them. This one is a sticky outer because he does write it quite honestly, and I believe it's one of the good ones, and that's why I think I haven't got a lot of the like personal memoirs of soldiers left, but I believe he's got more books that I'd like to read as well. But this is a really good look at survival in overwhelming conditions. You should pick it up if you're interested in the subject. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, here we go. This is the top one. Again, this is my pathetic attempt of understanding my eyes. Go away, son. This is my pathetic attempt of understanding physics and astronomy. This is Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I believe he's got a co-author, yeah, David Goldsmith. This is Origins. This is looking at the history of the cosmos. This is probably one of my favourites because definitely Neil deGrasse Tyson can. I don't want to say dumb it down, but that's the only word I'm thinking of right now. So he's dumbing it down so the likes of the layman like me can understand it. So this is looking at the birth of the universe. It's looking at the Big Bang. It's looking at, you know, the fundamental principles that are currently going on. God, what they called? The law of I've brain farted. The laws apply to physics. There you go. Just because I've forgotten them all already. It's looking at the birth of the solar system, how the moon was formed, and where it's going in the future, whether it's expanding, collapsing, explaining gravity here, you know, the black holes. This is a great little work. This is very much a catnip book as well. You know, you will fly through it. It's immensely readable. It's by Neil deGrasse Tyson. He has got like a flair of writing for the layman. So I'm gonna have to put my sunglasses back on. This is a really good look at the cosmos evolution. Talking about evolution, put my sunglasses back on. This is probably my favourite Richard Dawkins book. This is the Ancestor's Tale. I love me some Richard Dawkins. I like his science books more than when he ponders off in philosophy. But this is looking at... this is a great book. It starts with us where we are right now at the start of the book. And then it proceeds to go further back in time. So it goes from us to chimpanzees, looking at our common ancestry between that, then to bonobos, then orangutans, gorillas, I believe it's gorillas first, then orangutans, and how we link back to monkeys and then lemurs, and it's basically going back in time like that, and looking at our ancestry, our shared ancestry between species, till, you know, way back when it was just single cells with a mitochondria, energy cell, our nucleus, you know, so. Eukaryotes and prokaryotes. Oh, you even remember your biology. You know that. This is, as I said, this is probably one of Richard Dawkins' best books. It's really a fascinating read, and it might be big, but it is. Oh man, you know the font is quite small there, but it's got lots of pictures in there. If you're interested in evolution, pick up The Ancestor's Tale. It is an immensely readable book. This is Dawkins at his best. Every time I finish a book, I can't remember how much I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Hey, yeah. David Berling. This, I'm going to have to scrape the bottom of my memory now. This is The Emerald Planet. This is looking at how plants are very influential of very influential of basically everything. It's the bottom of the food chain. They control everything, plants, and how plants change the environment, how we're changing plants through artificial selection, and how we're damaging it by removing rainforests, and how that's affecting local wildlife plus the oceans. This is a great little book. From what I remember of it, it's been a long time since you read it, of plant ecology and biology. And it's a when I suggest to read plant-based books or books about trees or anything like that, people go, "No, I don't really want to read a book about a tree. Have you got a book about wolves?" I'm like, okay, yeah, I've got books about wolves, but trees are also interesting, plants. Without these guys, none of us would be here. So this is very much looking at the the bedrock of the food chain and how it affects everything in the planet. So pick it up. From what I remember of it, it was a good book. And the very last one, what a great little book this is Matt Ridley, Genome. So this is looking at each, I think it takes one from each chromosome and then studies or relates how what's in those genomes basically. So it's talking about intelligence. It's talking about, what is it talking about? Because it talks about a lot. I don't think it's yeah, so it talks about intelligence, disease, stress, personality, how it's all derived from your genome. It also talks about the sex chromosomes as well. This is a great little work on the genome, which is by Matt Ridley. And again, it's only a small book, and it's a very plainly put. There's no massive hurdles to get over here when he's discussing genetics. It's very, very much for the layman, and you should pick it up, especially if you're into genetics. And this is basically the history of us. Pick it up. It's great. And I'm going to stop there because I can't describe to you how much water is on my body right now. I am sweated right through, and this little room just doesn't do me any favours at all. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know when I'll be back, as Arnie said. I might do one the weekend, but I have a wedding to go to. So I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye, booktube.